really neat about this one is it's kind of like a K2. It just goes all the way up from green and all the way up to 2,000 milligauss. So it has a really high unit of measurement. And you can see it's just a simple A+1 EMF reader. So it has a really great, it's just like picks up you can use this for like scanning your radio waves, your microwave, stuff like that, your electrical appliances. So just a simple that, we have that. We also have voice recorders, which are standard for use for, EVP sessions. You plug it. The neat thing about this is it plugs right out like that. You can just say, start your EVP recorder, just say EVP session, hit start record, stop record, plug it in, and then find a free program like Audacity, which is a really neat, simple program. You can just download it for free, plug this in, import your audio, and just start listening and see what you capture. Yeah.
So, you want to show them the EMF? If you want to just go and show you that stuff over there,
sure.
And then I'll demonstrate something.
So this is something developed by a paranormal investigator by Gary Galka, who actually, his daughter Melissa Galka, who had passed away in 2004 from fortunately, an automobile accident. She was driving home from homecoming, and she was 17, and she passed away. So Gary developed a device to communicate. Started getting signs of his daughter's presence after she passed away in Connecticut. So he developed something called the Mel meter. Mel meaning Mel for Melissa, 87 born. She was born 1987, died in 2004. And what this does, it just picks up electromagnetic fields and it shows your temperature. So a lot of times spirits are known to actually have temperature drops from all the way from like 70 down to 60 or 50. So this measures electromagnetic fields and temperature. And you can also use as a laser grid. You can see that like that. Shadows can also cross that, so you can see that. And also has a built-in REM pod. It's like a 3-in-1. You can use it kind of like this. That lights up. So when you guys want to use it, you're more than welcome to use it.
You know what? Before you do that, what we're going to do is
safe.
We have some hand sanitizer here,
sure.
And I'll be the first one to do that. Yep. So basically, what we're doing this because especially with COVID going around, and people being sick.
Yep.
So we're just asking that everybody hand sanitize their hands.
Yep.
And then you could take a paper towel and wipe your hands off. And I got a little bag here set up.
Yep.
So I'm going to show you some of this equipment here, and then I'm going to let you guys just come up one at a time, and you can try out some of the equipment. And one thing I'll do too is I'll turn the thermal camera on, and if you guys want, whoever wants a thermal picture as a souvenir, I'll take a thermal image of you, and then you could take your cell phone and just take a picture of what's on the screen, and you'll have like a little souvenir to take home if you want to do that. Cool. So, so here we have, this is by Paratronics, it's called Motion Tunes. And it's a motion sensor. So you may know that tune from Halloween. Yeah. So see when I cross that, how it does that? And this could like go through walls. So usually it's like you want to be about 3 feet away when you put this in a room. So that measures motion, people walking into a room. The other one here, this is another motion device. This is like a Wednesday here. Like this is kind of like a look-alike for the Adam Sandler girl, You can hear that's the theme song from The Exorcist. So.
And what does that one do?
And basically, and see right here, there's a sensor right here. So what it'll do, it'll pick up like from a certain distance if somebody walks into that field. Okay. So what we do is we set these things far away. If we're up close and it goes off, we know it's us.
Right.
If it's in the corner of a room somewhere far away, and we're like 6 feet away, then we know that, or even farther, we know that it's not us. That it's something paranormal that set off this.
The best case scenario is it goes off in a room that no one is occupying. I mean, that's the best piece of evidence.
Yeah.
There's no logical explanation. So
exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then here's. This one here, you can see this is the Cleo the cat, and the little collar goes off. So what happens is, if a spirit, if we move the hand over here, see I don't even have to touch it just to be close and it sets it off, see? And now when I put it on there, it's even stronger. So this is what you call a REM pod device, and that's for radiating
Electromagnetic?
Let's see, radiating magneticity pod, okay? And it works off of picking up electro fields. Some people thought it was like emitting EMF fields, but it doesn't actually create EMFs. What it does is it works off of like an electrical charge, and it stores that energy, and it picks up like a magnetic electrical field. So when something gets close to it, then it sets that off. So here's another REM pod device. And then this
That's
one.
your basic one. That's your typical.
Right.
Pair of lantern.
Yeah, lantern.
This is one of the newer, more advanced. This is the Parrot Lantern, which is a little, and you set it for different songs and things like that, which is kind of cool. So that just gets set off by somebody just crossing that field, you know. That's one device there. And then we have, this is a S-Ghost box. This is what's also known as a spirit box. Use an antenna here, so I could turn this on. Okay.
Scanning FM.
So right now, okay, it's scanning the FM waves. I can turn this louder here. So now you can set the speed like how we want it to do it, how fast we want it to go, slower or faster. We could set it on AM. We could run it forward or backwards. It also has the ability to do internal recording. And so basically what you're hearing now is what we would have Melissa connected to with the headphones on. But you can't see or hear what we're saying.
Yeah, and any words that are coming through. We want to see if whatever is coming through is matching the questions that the guys are asking me. I mean, I honestly don't know. I'm just saying whatever is coming through, to see if it's coming.
And what's really neat is we just acquired the ADFP processor from the same guy that makes this millimeter. What's really neat about the ADFP is that you can rewind your ghost box sessions, fast forward them. You can put them in slow motion. So it's just one of our many tools that we're adding to our Chairs Warner method to make it even better.
So now this is what's called a thermal imaging camera. This uses infrared technology. So infrared is the spectrum of light that we can't see. So if you see me put it on me, you could see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it'll show me. If I have it on this nice lady here, you can see. And I notice that it shows red on her face. Okay, so red represents the hotter colors. So you go down like, red, orange, yellow, those are hotter colors. And when you get down to like green and blue, blue is your coolest temperature. So that's what we use thermal imaging. We could actually take a picture of something. So let's say, like right now, if I take a picture, okay, store a photo, yes, okay, and then from there I just took a picture there, and then if I want to go back here to review this, let's see here, go back, commit images here, and I'll just show you what if I select an image here. Okay, so there we go. So that's a thermal image that I took up here right now. So that's really pretty cool there, how that works. Now this will also pick up, like when you go and you use a thermal camera, you want to go into a room, you want to make sure nobody's in the room while you're using this, because you don't want to be picking up anybody that's walking in the room. You don't want to aim it at like air conditioners that's automatically going to blow out like cold air. You don't want to aim it at hot sources, fireplaces, heaters, things like that. So the idea is you want to, take it, maybe a picture, like take a reading, like the center of a wall or something that's away from a heat source or anything cool or whatever. And see what, kind of temperature you have. So what this will do, this will measure like if you have like the room temperature measures this, but then all of a sudden, the whole house maybe 72. But now you're picking up 58 degrees on your thermal camera. Then you start saying, well, all of a sudden you got this real cold spot. That could be something paranormal that entered the room. It could also capture paranormal entities that decide to come into the thermal range. So that's kind of how that works there. And so,
So can I ask a question?
yes.
Sure.
So if you have that and you're in a room and you see a lighter color,
Yes.
because it's cooler, that's when you will snap a picture? Is that-
Well, not necessarily. No, you're not really snapping at like any sources. What you're trying to do is you're trying to go through a room and you aim your thermal camera at different spots in the room
Okay.
to see
So
if you
location.
pick up any spirit entities,
Okay.
or maybe you get like a really cold spot or hot spot. Sometimes we picked up things that, like let's say it could be like footprints and that, all of a sudden, wow, where do these footprints come from? But we knew it wasn't us because we didn't walk inside the closet, but yet there's 2 footprints that are there. Things like that. If somebody sits on a couch and gets off, then all of a sudden that thermal energy is going to be there. The body heat is still going to be on the chair. That'll get picked up. But let's say like, you have a thermal image of a chair that's like cold. Nobody sat in that chair. And now all of a sudden you got like a really hot spot like right on the seat. Then you start saying, you question if that's something paranormal.
I see.
So the other thing too, these are called dowsing rods, which is and you guys are all going to get a chance to try this out. This is a tool of divination. And so if I turn this on, like right now I could change these colors. Like these are blue, there's green, purple. Okay, now I'm on red. So let's go back to the green here. Green's pretty visual. So basically what this is a copper dowsing rod, and there's an LED light that runs through it too. So we do that because it looks more visual when we're recording this, when we're filming it, and we're like in the dark. So I'm going to demonstrate these dowsing rods. And, these ones are like, because these are on a ball bearing thing, so these things move real easy. So the first thing I do is I keep my arms to the side. I steady them so they're pointing forward. And then I'll ask a question. Okay, notice I'm not going to touch them. If there's any spirits in this room, please cross the dowsing rods forward. Well, can you please reset the dowsing rods back to the starting point, please? Thank you. If there's more than one spirit in this room, can you please cross the dowsing rods forward? If not, move the dowsing rods towards my shoulder. Are there more than one spirit in this room? And that just went off.
I wasn't.
Yeah. So you notice I didn't move those. I'm keeping still here, right? Can you please reset the dowsing rods forward? Okay, now I'm going to try something different here. Okay, so, ma'am, what is your first name?
Terry.
Terry. We're going to do an experiment here. So Terry, the blonde-haired lady with the glasses on in this room, can you please point with the dowsing rods where she's at? Can you please point with the dowsing rod where she's at in this room? Isn't that crazy? Thank you very much for the response. We always thank the spirits. Can you please reset this back to where it was? Okay, so that's very cool. So, it's not me doing anything. I'm holding them still. They will swivel. But you see, I'm not trying to sway them anyway to make them move. So, would anybody like to try the dowsing rods and ask a question to a spirit? Usually what you're looking for is, you're not looking for a word or a sentence, because you're not going to get a word or a sentence. You're looking for like a yes or no answer. So you could say, has anyone passed away here in this library before? Or is there a spirit present with me here today? And if yes, cross the rods forward. If no, move them to my shoulders. So, did you want to try, sir?
Yeah, I wanted
Okay.
to try.
Yeah, and if you could just clean your hand with some sanitizer there. And I'll give you a paper towel.
Yep.
And then you can go ahead. You want to come over here?
Sure.
Might be easier. I don't know if you can slip through there or not, but I can always move this a little bit. So now what you're gonna do is, okay, you're gonna hold these, okay, like that, okay? Now you're gonna keep your arms here at the side. Okay, that's perfect, okay? And then now what you're gonna do is now that you steady them, let go of the dowsing rods, okay? They'll feel weird at first, like they're bouncing around.
It was cold. Oh, I wasn't moving at all.
Okay, so let me see if we can get these steady, okay? Could maybe go down a little bit lower with these, yeah. Like move it down like this, yeah, and hold it right there. Okay. Now, any spirits here in this room, can you please help them keep the dowsing rod still? Please help them keep it still. Move it to the center, please. Move it to the center, please. Thank you. Now, try to keep this arm up a little bit, so they're about the same level. Okay, now, feel free to ask a question. Keep the dowsing rod still, please, before he asks a question. Thank you. We're getting activity on that right there, see that?
Yeah.
Now, would you like to ask a question?
That's me, so I'm just moving it
Yeah,
a
it
little way.
says, anybody died in this library in the last 100 years, please cross the rods.
Wow, there you go.
How about that?
Now, ask it to reset it
Please
back.
reset the rods back straight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you reset the other one back to where it's at? Maybe don't get so wild with them. Thank you very much.
Reset them straight, please.
Wow, that's
Oh,
good.
this is weird.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Is there anybody else that would like to try? Anybody else?
Out of curiosity,
Yes.
could you find, like have it, if there's a
live
spirit
streaming.
that you think might be in this room, could you get
Yeah, you
into
could
it
ask them by
now?
name, yes.
You know,
Okay,
Dave
good.
Cummings
Point
is
to where
watching.
you are with the dowsing rod.
Hi, Dave.
And it will always move in the direction where the spirit who is communicating with you tends
You
to
can see from my master thing, Melissa.
No, I was
like-
just curious if it would pick
Oh,
up like
yeah.
a family
That's a
member,
smart
your
idea.
family
Oh.
member.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing that
Oh, when
that
you're
banner
live streaming from
Melissa
Fan
keeps
Detective's
going off.
Facebook page.
I
Say
know.
hello, everyone.
Dowsing rods, and that's going on
I
at the
know.
same time. That's pretty
Okay, so
amazing, yeah.
now what you're gonna do, okay, so let this go down a little bit lower like this. Okay, you're gonna hold these kind of level.
They're basically
Okay, and if
yes
you need
or
to
no
steady, it's
questions.
just
steady.
You can only
Right here,
ask
you see
yes
that?
across the
Then just
rods,
voice
no,
recorder.
start, or you can ask where they are.
A plus one
Okay,
EMF
now.
meter.
Yeah.
Let your thumbs go.
Anyone want to try this?
Oh, I have
That's it. Now, what
Okay.
does this- oh, I don't have hand
Oh,
sanitizer.
Yeah.
okay.
You're gonna ask a question.
I know, I don't wanna touch it
Okay,
without
so,
doing
so
that.
everybody, okay, hold on a minute.
Wait a minute.
You're gonna ask a question, so you guys quiet for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and ask the question, ma'am.
Are you a male spirit? If yes,
you
please
go.
cross the rods.
If no, please move the dowsing rods towards her shoulder. And sometimes they'll respond better with some people than others, and sometimes not.
I don't have luck with
You could try again, maybe.
Oh,
You
there
could
you go.
ask,
Yeah.
you could ask, is this a female spirit?
Awesome. There you go. You can you just
Right
look
now.
for the spikes and look.
If
It'll
you're
start
a
going up in
female
milligauss. You
spirit,
can
could you please
just
cross
wave it
the
around and
dowsing rods?
pick up electric
If
and
you are
anything. It
not,
feels.
could you have it go towards my shoulder?
Yeah.
So it looks like it's trying to make a yes,
Yeah.
kind of partially, you know.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I get
So
it.
that's
No
pretty
meter?
good.
Right here.
Have you been in the library
Anybody want to try this
more
one?
than 10 years?
Get some-
Let me see what I, oh.
If
You
yes,
have to
please cross the rods.
So this is. I'll put the REM pod
If
feature
no,
on for you.
go towards my shoulder.
This is the REM pod right here. All right.
And sometimes
Light
it'll
up. So
happen
what that does is it'll pick up temperature and EMF. The same thing as this one, just a little different.
And what's this
Is there
picking
anybody
up?
else that
It's called
wants to
EMF
try the
meter.
dowsing
It's an
rod?
A+1 EMF meter from just a
Anybody else
regular
want to try
standard.
these?
So
Just-
what does the.
Because
You
I'm
want
only
to try
getting
these?
a green at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, so it reads a milligauss as the
Now,
unit
what's
of measurement,
nice
so
is-
it measures electromagnetic fields.
Just give you
And
the
the
hand
object is
sanitizer.
spirits will supposedly let off EMF
Oh, yeah,
fields.
yeah.
So basically, if they're letting off EMF fields, it'll spike up on that meter. It'll increase.
There's
Oh,
a
it's going, it
paper
went up.
towel
Yeah,
here.
it'll start going up.
So that
And we're
means
just making a
something's
little
here.
trash can
Exactly.
thing there.
Yep. And the key is just got to make sure
You
very
have to
carefully.
I
sanitize.
seen it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So what you're gonna do
I'm
is,
sorry. I'm sorry.
you don't want your finger pressed on right here.
You don't press
But
anything.
line your
How'd you like
finger
the
up.
dowsing rods? How'd you like the dowsing rods?
Awesome.
I've done them
And
before.
you're gonna, yeah, and you're gonna hold these, your shoulder at the side, try to keep it like
Like
90
look
degrees of
fancy.
steady.
Oh yeah, we go super high
Sometimes it
tech.
goes a little wild first.
Okay.
But once you get it to steady, and you're gonna ask a question, maybe something you know about the library history
Sure.
or something.
Yeah, I have a couple questions I'll ask.
Okay, here you go.
And
See,
everyone,
it's Terry, I'm telling you,
That's
it
right.
follows me.
Yes.
Overall, the lamp, para-light, para-rem.
Are you a
Sanitizer
spirit who
fire.
lived in this
What does it do?
this
It's
room when it was a
You don't press
house?
something?
You just push the button right there and it just goes up.
Oh,
Yeah, it's already working.
Yeah.
Press it
There,
once.
so that's all.
Press it.
But remember, now tell it specifically, say like, if yes, cross the
Press it again.
border, if no, to your shoulders. So
Okay.
automatically, it just kind of
You
lets
broke
you
it.
know.
I
Josh?
broke it.
what
It just
you're
press the
doing.
button, it just goes up like
One
just
second.
on
in
off.
position.
Like
Yeah.
that, it's gonna click. Now,
Okay.
the white is the baseline. Should
Please reset
anything
the dowsing
happen,
rod
like
back.
it goes up while questions are being
Please
asked,
reset the
something
dowsing
might
rod
cross
back,
our
please,
path.
the starting point.
Exactly.
Sometimes you gotta help it a little bit.
Okay.
It doesn't. It took me a while to get
That's
to.
Terry.
completely
I take PayPal,
Is Terry?
So try
Venmo,
another.
or
Steady.
This was free.
Pick
Oh,
up
I
the
got-
question.
I got, of course, I got. Anyone try a scare bear?
Very, very still.
Steady.
And
the
what does
device.
Scare Bear do?
Steady.
It's just a simple device.
Okay.
It's a standard
Did you try to
REM
ask-
pod.
try to
It's
ask
kind of like similar to
the
Rick's
question
Clio Cat,
again. Okay.
except the difference is you just got to turn it on. It's
Do
just
you see me
just a
every
little
day at this
barrier to touch,
library?
and it goes like this.
You got a
These
green
cross
light
the
there.
rods, yes.
Yeah, but that's on the table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a REM. This is an
Yeah,
EMF
that's-
meter. This is right here, the A+1. This is just a little REM pod, just a little motion sensor device. You guys can look at it if you like.
Guess that's a no, right?
It's just a little motion sensor. It's called REM pod. It's a Scare Bear REM pod.
So if something was passing through here, this would
Please set the
start.
dowsing rod
Exactly.
back to the
Going
starting
crazy.
point,
Yep.
please.
So
Maybe
somebody's
it's because
here.
you're not in the
Yes, I
library.
think so.
So
Definitely.
that was an
You know,
honest-
the medium told me my husband follows me
Try
at
another
night
question.
Right.
and protects me, and that's why I'm always curious
With
if there's
the name of-
movement around me.
Oh yeah, you can see it like going off a
Were
lot.
you a nun at the convent?
So that's of course
here?
you're touching it, but if you put it on like a chair or something, or put it on the
Yes,
light,
cross
so then you
the
can probably pick up the
dowsing
seat.
rod
Now if it goes off by itself somewhere, there you go. I was just trying to see.
Now,
Is there anybody here with this? Could you set that
dowsing
off for
rod
us?
towards the shoulder.
Sometimes it's hard to see. They don't. Sometimes they don't act on command.
Yeah.
They'll walk up to it if they want to touch it. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got
There's
the
the
same
EMF
thing.
meter again. There it is.
Yeah.
Now look at this. It's really
And you know
spiking
what?
up
It doesn't
here.
mean you did anything wrong either.
I touched it.
Sometimes.
See, it's starting to go up. Look right
Yeah.
there. Look at
Some
that.
people are more
Look at that.
sensitive,
Yeah.
it's better with
So
them.
that means
Sure.
somebody's
They don't
here.
work for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, because when I
Dowsing rods
told it,
here
I
at one
got it,
time,
it
so
went
yeah,
up a little
sometimes
bit.
they-
Exactly.
with some
So
of
sometimes
them,
you gotta-
I'm not sure why that is.
Oh, this is a voice
When I
recorder.
asked where the
No,
lady
I know,
was
that's
in the
not what I
room,
want.
point to it, it went right
It's something
there.
else that has like the
Yeah.
colors in it. Did
Um,
you?
Yeah.
Colors
Like that.
Oh, the
Anybody else want to try these out?
Yep, so
Yeah.
this is the voice recorders. Now, the thing is when we go to play
Oh, yeah.
back,
Yeah, we gotta do
after
that.
asking our questions, we don't hear the responses. What we have to do is we have to put headphones on. I mean, you really have to listen. A lot of times they're not. It takes a lot.
Have all you guys here?
It takes a lot to hear.
Having fun
So,
tonight?
Have you?
I want to know if I could walk around the
Sure.
walk around the room.
Sure, go
So you,
for it.
Just see.
you might have.
So what's it mean?
So
when it
what
goes-
this is it's an EMF meter called electromagnetic fields,
Yeah.
and you can see right here it's picking up different numbers.
Right.
So these are
So
all
the
units of
higher
measurement.
means-
Higher means more
So
activity.
I just wanted to walk around and see if I
Sure.
could get more activity.
Absolutely, go for it.
a lot of times what paranormal investigators, a lot of times they'll go
Yeah,
over
right away.
Chairs.
Right away.
what they say is take pictures and sets of threes, but you don't have to use digital, you can use your cell phone. Yeah, they say always take pics and sets of threes, so that's usually how we begin an investigation. We take pictures, we use the EMF detector, that long thing, where did our EMF detector go? We go around,
Maybe see
we,
that's
Here's,
there.
it's over here.
Maybe
Okay.
it's right
No.
well, yeah, there's that one. What about our other regular?
Oh, and there,
Yeah.
oh, the other
It was
one.
pointing right there because it's
one
saying
of the
out
other
the
two.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Hey, Joshua.
Yep, we'll take the
He'd
EMF
asked us to
detector,
point
go
the
around as
spirit
well.
where it was,
I didn't realize
and it
it
pointed
was
right toward that Pear Lantern display.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Thank
what's
you, Spirit.
interesting
Please
is,
reset the sticks at this point.
I don't wanna go over him.
Were you alive in the 18th century? Please cross the sticks if yes. Thank
Wow.
you so much. So you were here when Delaware became a state. It's seceded from Pennsylvania in a way. It was very. Anyway, reset the stage.
Please reset
Please
the dowsing rods.
Please reset the dowsing rods. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So you're a lady who lived here during the 18th century. You're sitting in the chair. Did you know the Penny family?
I love this. I did
Please
get some on the live stream. I had a couple people watching, so.
Awesome, yeah.
Thank you.
That's the
so much.
EMF detector, yep, yep.
That's the EMF meter. Yep.
Yep.
Yes, I do. Please reset
Sometimes
the
you want to
dowsing
get.
rods.
I would
Thank
try
you
to be
so
over
much.
here because we've got a lot of spikes.
Yeah.
Did you eat?
So that's how we usually begin.
Something's over there.
Yeah, yep.
Leave them
A lot
all
of times
across the-
spirits, it's like a toy box. They pick and choose what they want to play with.
Did you
Exactly.
please
Um,
reset the-
So that's how we begin investigations. We
Thank
start
you.
with the EMF detector. We go around all the
Okay.
walls in
Okay.
each room. We take pictures. That's usually the beginning. I'm seeing what I'm tuning into. A lot of times, if we knew that there was child
Look at
spirits,
this, look at this.
they like
He
to
just
play
asked him
that.
to point to where I was.
Oh,
Went right over.
That's
Please
amazing.
Right over
reset
to
the
him, yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. If somebody reports
He's
there's
done
a
this a few
child
times.
spirit,
Yeah.
a lot of
He's pretty
times
good with this.
they'll go
He's
off.
experienced
Spirits like to pick
Yeah.
and
And he's a
choose.
good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Thank
had
you,
some
Joe.
practice.
You're welcome.
I
See,
appreciate
so
it.
it shows you, some people are more in tune with these, and he's had practice with these, and that certainly helps.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Spirit, did you die of natural?
Somebody else wanna try?
Natural.
Anyone else want to try the EMF
Why
meter?
am I spacing
That's
out?
the one I was
Natural.
on.
Excuse me,
You wanna
please.
try it,
I'm so
Erica?
glad.
No, I'm good.
I
You
already
know.
know that one. Please reset. Were you surrounded
Only
by
get a thermal
family?
picture.
Is this your stage?
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Please reset at this
a lot of
time,
times,
Spirit. Thank you
if
very
we
much.
feel
I'll give you back
that
the
the home has bad energy,
a lot of
sometimes the
gadgets.
homeowners will
Yeah.
say, "Can you do a
I probably-
cleansing?" I'll go around and I'll sage the room.
You know, it's
A lot
like
of
they
times
swivel
we'll
so
sage
nice.
ourselves
Oh, yeah.
and
You get a
sage
little
our
hair, but once you
equipment
get them to calm
before and
down and
after an
work for you,
investigation.
then
Some
that's where
people,
you
now
got
this came from
established that
Amazon, it's actually
connection.
holy oil
I
from
was
Yeah.
From
Jerusalem.
Oh,
yeah, you're
Yeah.
welcome to, yeah.
One of our
Smell it,
most
yeah.
wanted
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good
Rose,
lady, got great
yeah.
to each word.
Yeah.
Does it have a
Because-
scent?
Yeah.
It smells like
Yeah, that
roses.
helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll bless ourselves. I mean, you know, just, I say, you know what,
Remember that EMF meter?
it isn't good to go into investigations fearful. There's just no reason for that, because I feel like, you know, you're just attracting negative, but it's just like putting a seatbelt on in a car, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
anybody
So-
like a thermal image taken of
Go ahead,
them?
step up there.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you want me
Okay.
to do one?
Yeah,
you get
yeah,
it.
I can take a thermal image of
What do you
you.
want me?
Let's see, right where you're at is fine, let's see, okay, well, here, let's back up a little bit here. Actually, you know, why don't you come forward, so I won't be
We don't
getting
want you
everybody
down
there.
any
And then I'm gonna
places.
shoot you from, well, shoot you
gonna
from,
shoot
yeah.
Oh,
I'm not really gonna shoot
And you guys are definitely welcome. Feel free to tell everyone about it.
Yeah, like, take a
Oh, yeah, we
picture
will.
of
I'll
your thermal
definitely.
image.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
And
now, okay, and you're gonna love this one, because your hair looks green and yellow on top.
what's cool is we designed a completely different
Here we
PowerPoint for
go.
our
Story photo.
Governor Ross Mansion. We have two separate
Okay.
ones. So that's focused on the interior
Yes.
and exterior that we did. We got some pretty crazy
Oh,
stuff.
yeah?
That's in Lower Delaware, yeah, that was
Yeah,
a
that was
pretty,
super.
yeah.
So
pretty
Dave
intense.
Grants was grateful enough to do that. So we're going to be doing, I think it's like 150 are supposed to attend to that. So
Yeah, to hear about that lecture,
Wow.
yeah.
This stuff just fascinates the heck out
Yeah.
of me.
Where did you get that holy water from?
So right on Amazon, and I'll have to see, I probably have the box laying around, I probably have it, I'll have to see if I can find it. But, yeah, I'll have to get the brand, which, it's
Okay,
probably
so
in the
there's
other
your-
room, it's probably in the lecture
You're
hall is where
gonna
it is,
take
but,
a digital
yeah.
photograph of that.
but,
That's
yeah, so what I was
your
saying about our
and here's something really
recorders.
cool. This is a music box. I think it works.
Yeah. When we ask questions,
Yeah.
it isn't like in the show where you can rewind it and you can hear the answer. You have to put, like I said,
Oh.
you have to put headphones on. You have to take it home and really like listen carefully. So, But I never understood that, why you watch the paranormal shows and they ask a question and they can just rewind and you can hear if there's an answer. That's what confuses me, Joshua. How come it doesn't, it doesn't work like that for us? We have to take it home, we have to put the headphones on and see.
A lot of times it's because you
Where
have
you
to
can
go
see
back and
hotter
re-listen to
spots
things
by
and find out what
where
you
you
picked up
think the
versus what you
organs are
didn't
gonna
pick
be,
up. So
where it's
having a good audio program like Audacity where you can listen to your things and enhance your audio, playing it back and listening, you're going to pick up more things during the session by reviewing than what you did actually doing it during the session. Because a lot of times you're going to pick up things with words, syllables, different, a psychic medium might be picking up on different things that you didn't get upon the actual investigation. And that's what I love about the nuts and bolts of doing review, because reviewing evidence is a very time-consuming but rewarding process. It's trying to find, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. You try to dig through all that hay for a while, but then you find that holy grail piece of evidence that's like, makes you feel accomplished knowing that you got some kind of exactly. And of course, we use the scientific method too. We're all about like science too. We're trying to come up with new ways to investigate, which is like creating a hypothesis, develop it, and test it and see if it works.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm mumbling to myself.
Having fun tonight?
I am, I love this stuff.
Awesome.
When
So
you
what
get your
did you,
sage,
what did you,
because my daughter sages
with your
everything.
photograph, what the?
Oh, there's
She
a
always
big
says,
dark
make sure
spot
you
right
buy
here
that
where my
good
heart's
sage.
supposed to be.
How do you know the difference
what does
between
that
good
mean?
Means
sage
I don't
and
have a
good
heart?
sage? She said
I
you
believe
just
that.
go on
I think
Amazon
that's,
and get
who said
something
that?
people
Courage or
just
Wizard of Oz? Yeah, I think it was Tin Man.
He says I have a fur ball.
Yeah, I think if it comes
either Tin
from
Man or Courage. I
a
can't
lot of
remember the line.
times a metaphysical
Tin
shop,
Man.
Tin Man, yeah.
you're better off, because
was funny, I
someone,
met
like you
Oz.
said, took the time to put together good
That's
ingredients.
what you just did.
It's kind
but
of
this
like
is a,
when people go to
at
buy
Fort
crystals.
Delaware.
I mean,
This is a
some
dowsing
are
rod.
more.
Can I do that before? I'm sorry. I want
Sure,
to.
go
Can I
ahead,
do that
yeah.
before I put away? I didn't mean to interrupt.
I can't
no,
tell you
go
what
ahead.
I'm
Like a
asking,
thermal
but
image.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna do
Same
it.
idea.
Yeah.
They're just regular coffee.
That thermal image is like popular.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, wasn't
That
it?
didn't
That
have
and
the
the
light.
dowsing rods.
They like
But
it.
I'm on a daytime tour. I just wandered off it, sat down in the mess hall, and started asking questions. That's all it's.
Now you'll be able to
Yeah.
see
We
where
used them in,
the
down
hot
in
colors are
Smyrna.
in your body.
I encourage you got to see some of the actual
I've just seen the
It's
rod.
funny because back in the
Oh
day,
no, yeah, they
Oh,
work
yes,
really
there's
well.
in Smyrna, but they didn't have the LED lights.
No, that's a
might have
relatively
had
new
some-
thing
maybe
to catch
just
them
a
in the
voice
dark,
recorder.
basically.
You might have had maybe a digital camera or something like
In a dark
this.
room, that would
Might
pick
have
it
had
up a lot
three pieces
easier.
back in the
Did you
90s.
get-
Oh yeah,
Now we got
definitely, yeah.
Did you get
so
your
many
phone?
more
Did you have it
advanced
laying
things.
up
We
there?
got these REM pods and we got these ghost boxes.
And what are these? The nine?
Okay, so what was interesting was,
20 years.
one of the things, like, I'll just
And it's
experiment
always
with different
increasing and
things.
getting better,
This is
so
something
as
Are they
called,
runes?
they're actually dice. Somebody
okay.
made these on Etsy. And a lot of times I'll just kind of like, okay, I'm called to pull a couple of them and throw them down and see what comes up. And sometimes I will, move the letters around and see if I'm picking up any words that might have something to do with the location. So when I went to set up, I just pulled a couple and I got the word no. And what was interesting is that's part of the backstory of this place.
Oh, get out.
Yeah, apparently this must have been a convent. Nuns were here, so I was fascinated. I said, well, I'm going to leave that out.
And
I thought you
a lot of
did for the
times
movie.
people are trying to manifest themselves. They're trying to
So
do
yeah,
YouTube
but I'll
electromagnetic
have to
fields
find out what
show
the backstory
themselves.
is.
that's
Usually they're
Yeah.
know that.
they're gonna
Yeah,
drain
so
the battery
that's one of the
of
things that I
your,
use,
equipment.
and when we do
And by
that
basically
method
by
where
draining it out, they're trying to show
I do the
them
sensory deprivation and I've got the spirit box, a lot of times I'll hold a crystal too, just to see if they can enhance things, because crystals pick up energy, so it's all an experiment.
Hello,
No,
this is
I have a
us,
question.
but you know,
Uh-huh.
you
Have
gotta
you ever,
show
like,
why
held a
you're
piece of
draining
jewelry
energy
or
to the
something
equipment.
and
So
got
that's
anything
a
from
way.
it?
But the funny thing
Yeah,
is too,
that's
what'll
something
happen is your
called
batteries then like, take that 20
psychometry.
minutes
So
later, you
there
leave the
have
area,
been
they'll be
times I've
fully
picked up
charged with
things,
nothing.
got information from that. You can even go into a location if you're allowed to touch things, put your hands on a hand, a banister, just something, and see if you can pick up.
You want to touch my necklace? It's really old.
Do you know the backstory?
We're not sure of it, I think.
Okay.
Do you want me to take it off?
Oh, no, you don't have to, as long as you get.
You want a
Hey
thermal?
Melissa,
Yeah.
Sure.
did I show this to you yet? I can't remember.
Hold on 1 minute.
And you'll be able to see the
I'm
hotter
picking up-
colors.
So it's
We're
pretty
saying
cool. So
very
usually
old,
a lot
I'm
of times
picking
we'll
up
drain the
the
batteries and then all of a sudden your stuff will work
Obviously,
perfectly
this,
fine.
belonged to
example,
a
we were at
woman,
Booby's Brewery in May of 22.
it would be
and
later
this is a little
1800s,
speakeasy.
more like turn of the
Lancaster
century, because
County,
I'm
PA.
seeing
And
her
mind you,
wearing the
there's
Victorian
again,
type clothing. So
that
I'm not sure if I'm
exactly
right. I don't know if
what's
you
wild is
know what they're from.
especially
We think it was
Rick
my
was using
great
this ghost box, this thing right here,
Right.
which just scans the AMF
mother-in-law's,
Okay.
which
So this-
would
you
be
turn it on,
around
and
that
then what you do
That time period.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So this
Wow.
is
Yeah, absolutely.
But I
Yeah.
cut you off, I'm
Oh,
sorry, you
it's
were
okay.
telling me about the sage.
Yes, so it's okay. I just think, like I said, going to metaphysical shops where, people really took the time and got the right ingredients.
Oh, sure,
Because as you said, when you
Oh,
buy it
yeah,
off of
yeah,
Amazon,
definitely.
you don't know what.
What you're getting, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and same thing with I mean,
So basically it's
crystals.
like-
I try to get, if I work with them, in its purest form, if there is a such thing. The tumblers also work where they're, they're smooth.
It's used as white
But I
light,
feel like,
it's
in
not
their
spirit.
purest form, when they're
Anybody
cut,
hear us
that
right
maybe you'll
now?
have a better chance
So
of
it uses scan
communicating.
the radio
So,
stations.
when we use that spirit box, yep,
Yeah.
So if there is a spirit,
that's what I'm picking up on when I have the sensory
Well, you don't pick up a
deprivation
voice,
thing
so use
going,
like image
whatever's
white
coming
noise.
through there, and I'll also hold
Anybody
a
hear
crystal in
us,
my
please?
hand and see if
Try to do it.
anything's coming
We'll try to
through
speed up
to
a
see if
little
this enhances things.
doesn't stop
So
at the station.
a lot of it, it's an experiment.
Yeah.
And
It's
like,
just scan it forward,
I was
backwards. You kind of see what it does.
sleeping
It
one
just
night.
scan AMF and station.
And
using
I
white
was
noise.
What's
sleeping,
Like that.
sleeping
Like, you
one
slow it
night.
down. That was cool. You
and
can
I
also put reverse
swear
also.
it woke me up
Anybody hear this
that
right
somebody
now?
climbed in beside me in bed.
It's a scanning radio station.
You felt,
Right,
you
that's
felt
why I was
it?
saying
Yes.
how could you
Okay,
tell?
okay.
So I just, they did it 2 nights.
Sometimes
The
you gotta hear the
second
voice.
night I said,
Anybody hear
I
us
don't
right
know
now?
who you are, but I hope you're here to protect
Pick up,
me.
pick up. You hear
And I
woman's
haven't
voice.
had it since.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, wow.
It's so
So you
weird.
just gotta,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you just gotta have really good ears.
Yeah.
This is a really big
I always say
really
trust what
good
you
ear.
trust what's happening, because I feel it isn't your imagination. I feel we all have psychic abilities. We all do to some degree.
Yeah,
know,
I believe so.
Yeah, some people might just be a little more sensitive, but I mean, we all have them. And especially if you get visitations while you're sleeping, I feel that spirits can communicate easier that way because you're in a different frame of, it's a different state of consciousness. They can like pass through your energy field and connect with you.
So that's why you would feel them when you're laying in bed, you can
Right.
feel them passing over like your back, and you're sleeping on my stomach, and I feel them pass over my back, that's what I'm,
Yeah.
definitely 50, sometimes I think people think they're not
Yeah.
I had an experience once with astral projection.
And the cool thing is, we actually have another one that's more advanced.
I believe it. So you felt like you left your body
Oh, I
and you were
did.
exploring.
I was in
So you
my
can have
bed,
one radio station, then all of a sudden
and
it has
all
two.
of a sudden
You
the
just can't
dog
do one
was on my bed, and he started
It's pretty
barking,
cool, the
took
devices.
off.
There's a lot of
Next
theory
thing I
behind
knew,
all
I
these
was
different
actually
devices, but
coming
they're all
out of
really
my
neat.
body,
And the tech,
and I
like,
turned
back
around
20
and I
years ago,
could
you only had
see
an EMF meter voice recorder.
myself
Now it's
in
like evolved
the
into like
bed.
SOS kind of-
and I could myself see
So I tell you what, this
Right.
thing,
myself going.
Yeah.
we've had a, it's amazing how,
I
Yeah.
wanted to scream or something.
this
I wanted-
was,
And I walked into my
mind-blowing
brother's
thing was-
bedroom,
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
checked on him,
The
Gina.
Reverend
and I
Junior
turned around.
Reverend?
Vic. Yeah, just
Hey,
Reverend Vic,
Vic.
awesome.
And
When
I
he-
tell
when
you,
he
I didn't
said,
sleep for a week.
Point to
Oh,
where
I'll
you
bet.
I was
were,
afraid to close my eyes.
spirit of the
Yes,
room,
you were afraid that was going to happen
point in
again.
this direction.
Yes.
This was going off, right?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
going on.
Anything
Yeah.
for this?
Yeah.
Poor
It's
thing.
almost like it was like right in this area, it was
I'll
right
try.
there and that was going up, which
I
makes
got this
sense.
cross.
Yeah.
She definitely had a seat that she enjoyed.
There's
Kinda right there.
The other end. There's nothing over there.
Right.
You
No,
know,
it's-
come over this end, it starts to all lighting up.
Smart. So you saw it like that.
Now,
I
what's
saw it, like,
interesting
when you were
is,
with it, it went up to, like,
and I
really
may not
orange, like,
may not be
right here,
making
all the,
any sense at all. First, I'm seeing a woman, and now I'm picking up
Would've been
on
in this area
a
where this
male.
is
Was
setting
this
off and
maybe
getting
like
high
a
EMF?
family,
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was spiking all
something that was passed down to
Oh,
you?
family.
So it did definitely
Yeah.
get
Really?
several high readings.
Yeah, she
so
gave it to me on
it's
our
been-
wedding
Also the
day.
REM
That
pod.
was
so
my
this
My
one-
goodness.
This
My
Cleo the cat went off a few
great-grandmother's.
times.
Okay, interesting, interesting. Yep, because I saw the woman, and then I saw a male. So I
Is there a
may have
spirit
seen
in
both
this
of them
room?
coming
So I did.
through
I
together.
did live stream a little bit, Tony. So I started
Yeah,
doing
you just
brand
never
new,
know.
Wish I had
That's the Paranormal Funhouse. Just
Well, the
started
hard
trying
thing
this little
is-
public investigation.
Is trusting
So I used the
myself
Fan
about what I'm
Detectives,
picking up on.
Facebook page to trigger.
Like I said before, our very first
So that's a good idea.
investigation,
Yeah,
and I
little-
said,
just showing a little
Joshua,
public
I
investigation
said,
of what we do.
why am I picking up on it?
That's what Brandon does to
Why
get his
Abraham
number
Lincoln,
from
and why would he
Paranormal
be
Funhouse,
attached
you
to
know.
the Selma Mansion? This is in Norristown, Pennsylvania.
You know what?
And I
You
said,
couldn't ask
it
for
must
a
be
better
someone that
group
looks
of
like
people.
him. judging by, you know, like you said, the building, the heyday was the 1800s. I said maybe everyone, just men just had that look, but he says, no, you are
Absolutely.
correct.
And feel free to
That
contact us
it was a
anytime you guys would like to
relative
come out with us,
that-
maybe in the
yeah.
future as a
That's
guest
cool.
investigator.
Yeah,
or
so
if we
I
do
always
like
say
any kind
trust
of
what
more
you
lectures, we're
receive.
happy to,
Right.
You know,
do,
even if you're
you
saying
any of
there's
my
no
friends
way.
or friends that-
Have you ever heard of,
They wanna get involved, I'd love that.
psychic medium
It's so
Deanna
awesome.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
What happened to the rest of
Yeah.
it?
We go for a lot.
We're looking at
Yeah.
Animal
She
House,
made me a
but haven't tried to get a
believer.
hold of
Yeah,
my
she
colleague
made
who
all
runs
this
the
stuff.
Animal Society out
Did you
there.
ever have an individual reading? I've seen her during a group, like I during
No, we
a
did individual.
Okay.
Right, I
Wow.
know.
Yeah,
Really?
and the problem is about the large store
Really?
This one that was making founder
That's
died
wild,
8 years
yeah.
ago, so they don't
I
have
watched
much
her when she did a
more.
group demonstration once, but I've heard a lot of wonderful things.
very
Public
good,
investigations
yeah,
are
very
really
good.
cool.
That's awesome.
We're gonna try to kind of
my
pick up where we
niece,
left off.
whenever
I'm
she
trying to
has
build
a
the
party,
Phantom
my husband
Detectives
loves
version
parties, so
of
whenever we have a
DHA
party at my niece's house, her
Yeah.
dining
You
room
remember
light
the covers?
would flicker constantly.
Really?
And then finally she'd say, I am Terry, I've had enough, because she always quotes my husband, I've had enough. And it would stop.
No.
And
just
she
gonna
went to
come over
see
to
Deanna
this,
Fitzpatrick because she
set
wanted to
this
try
up.
and visit with her
Yeah.
grandmother who had passed. And Deanna
guess,
was talking, and
then,
all of a sudden she said, I'm sorry, she said, but there is
Oh,
some
Rockwood, definitely a
gentleman
very haunted
that
place.
just
And,
keeps pushing his
have,
way
like-
to the front. I don't know who it is.
Can you
She
put it
said,
in
I
the
don't know if you know who it is or
There's
not.
also
She said, but he
you
won't
have to,
stop.
I think there's
So
like
she sat there for a
contact, like,
minute
their
and she
events
said,
division, like they have events,
for some reason,
Spirit
I
of
just
the
have
Lord,
Rockwood banners,
this
like
taste
events
in my
division,
mouth
and
like
then
this
you have to go.
year.
The crazy thing is
And
we
she
were
said,
trying
I
to do,
don't like beer,
last
but that's
Friday,
all I can
Tuesday,
take.
we're
She
trying to
said,
record
does
this
this
through
make
my
sense to
share it
you?
through to a Jack.
And my husband got in love.
The problem was
Beer,
that
yeah.
and
before
he
you
then
do it, Jack
proceeded to tell Deanna that
But
he
the problem
was
is they wanted to
glad
sign all this
that
paperwork,
him messing
like,
with the lights
so the crazy they
in
didn't
the
get the
dining room
manager of course
didn't
didn't get the
upset
Yankees heads
her.
up on the
Okay.
table.
So that's, I mean, that's how good, and she never heard that story. So
Wow.
that
When
one
I
is
went to the
really
W tour the first time, they
a
said
good
that
one.
We
Yeah.
went to
Yeah.
see her.
I see it.
My mother's been dead, what, 25 years?
Yeah.
Now I went to see her,
Yeah.
and my mother had been sick with cancer.
I was one of the first ones.
And they
to
had,
see
she had to stay in a chair.
Yeah.
Cool, what's
The
happening?
first
It
time
was made
I
for her,
had,
and
that was
she sat like
amazing.
this
We
all
watched
the time
bags,
watching
and we
TV.
just sat there. That was-
And
that was the one.
Deanna
Awesome.
said,
Have
you
fun
know,
tonight?
who do you want to talk to?
Awesome.
I told her,
That
hey,
is so cool. If you're free to follow us on Facebook at
I am. I'm gonna get on
folded her hands
Facebook,
over her
Instagram,
midsection, said,
and
this is the only way
Yep,
I
we're
can
right
get
on there. And
comfortable.
the cool thing is you can find.
You were
all
like,
that
wait a
right
minute.
on
I damn near fell out of the chair. I
Right on the
couldn't believe
website.
it. Because
All the
there's
social
no way
media
she
buttons
could
at
have
the bottom.
known.
Right.
What's cool is
It
we
was
actually have
almost like
another
she
member who
channels
just
the
joined us.
spirits so
And set up a
deeply.
new
Yeah.
cult
And
spirituality
when
department.
that
And cool
happens
is this
to
new
me
member
at times,
works with
you're not
Paranormal
possessed.
Research
They're just
Society.
connecting
The
with
group- remember
you
the
so deeply.
television show
And
called Paranormal
sometimes they'll
State?
give
We
you
have these students
a
from
feeling.
Pennsylvania.
Yes,
If someone died of
We
stomach
actually
cancer,
just
this
brought in
happened to me
Holly
one time. I
Foss.
was giving a
Holly
reading,
actually worked,
and it was just a
with
quick
that same
pain.
team.
And I
She's
said,
a
is there
full
something
member
about the
of
stomach?
PRS,
I'm
and we
talking
actually
about
have
this
one of Ryan
gentleman, and
Buell's
she said,
old
yeah, he
videos.
had stomach cancer.
They
So they'll
had,
give you like a quick
Katrina on
something.
there. Katrina
They
has
had,
a-
they had
So,
done
yeah, it's pretty wild.
an
Yeah.
investigation.
But yeah.
Oh, no, that's
And
not
a
true.
lot
That's not right. That's not
of
true.
Mansfield, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And my
So,
daughter,
yeah.
my ex-daughter-in-law was working there at the time they did
That's
it.
so cool. And what's interesting
Yeah.
is we actually have Holly False who actually worked with Brian Buell. She actually was Elfie Music's former assistant. She's now a part of our organization. And what's awesome
No,
is
you won't.
Katrina and Heather Taddy went to school with my best friend Gwen. They're college roommates.
Yeah, how about that? That's cool.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
this
I
is really
enjoyed
bad.
that.
We didn't know what to expect, but oh, I'm so glad we did that.
Thank
Yeah.
you. That's
Really,
awesome.
I would
You guys are
definitely do
really
it
good.
again.
This
Thank
is
you.
great. Thank you.
That's great because this is our first time doing like a group demonstration like this. Yeah. So this is a good
It's really good. I
experience.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So if you want to do an
Touch
investigative
everything.
investigation
Yes.
Yeah, this
or
stuff.
Absolutely.
lecture, we'll let you
Yeah, I'm
know.
glad you enjoyed.
Yeah,
I always
you did. It's
say
great.
a lot of these motion sensors, they remind me of these are like fancier versions of when you go into a store and the toy aisle and you walk
And I had
by.
to push every button.
Yeah, yeah. Or they go off by themselves and you're like, oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So right, yeah.
Oh,
Yes, awesome. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. It was so
Enjoyed
great
it.
to meet
I'm
you.
going to follow you.
Yeah.
Definitely follow you.
Definitely. definitely.
Yeah.
Have a
You
good
want-
night.
you want
Safe
to see
driving.
it?
Thank you.
You can have
Yeah.
a seat real quick.
Yeah.
I need more
All right, bye.
Bye. Have a good night. You're so
Thank you guys.
welcome.
Thank you.
Very, very
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
So I guess what I'll do is
Thanks for
I'll get Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Take your time and go at your own pace. Leave it out for a few minutes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They want to set it up.
Thanks for coming, Vic. I'm really so glad.
Yeah, no problem, Joe.
I'll go ahead and walk everyone out and thank you guys so much for
No,
coming
no.
tonight.
Yeah.
We had an amazing time and
Well,
hopefully we can do this again.
Yeah, no problem.
Sometimes we'll
you don't always
sometimes,
get the wall. I
you don't always get the result. Sometimes they favor certain toys,
Yes.
like a child.
You
know,
that's
like-
what we need to do.
I'm not
Like
a-
certain things will just constantly go off.
I'm not a fan of the whole 5 things have to go off at once to prove it's
Yeah,
one
well, that's
thing.
upstairs.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
We gotta
Like,
clean
you
up
know,
in there.
It's like kids in a toy box.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because we took the elevator.
Some are comfortable with some things and some are
Yeah.
comfortable with other things.
Yeah.
Right, so
Oh, yeah,
we'll wrap
I
things
like the
up.
presentation, pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great.
That was good.
Thank you.
Like, I was not
Proud.
expecting
Yes,
some
people
of it.
seem to really
Like,
enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny because I'm one of the, pretty
didn't
much
have
the
the crowd
guy that
25,
started the
it's good.
rebuilding project.
You know what's nice? It was a beautiful
He was, like,
crowd,
working with
wonderful.
Craig, of course,
Yes.
who has
And they were
access to
very-
the property, and I'm a Hinshaw founding.